always have to think, is it on? Is it on? Okay, it's on. Hi, everybody. I'm Tess with Tess Loves This Yarn. And you guys, I just wanted to do a quick little video to follow up on the video that I posted. When did I post that? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Where I talked about being whipped by my whips. And I really didn't go into depth with that, but I was really feeling overwhelmed and beat up every time I looked at my unfinished projects. And I have to tell you, you guys are so amazing because there were a lot of comments that that people said they were feeling whipped by their whips too. And then I also had a couple of comments on, maybe how I could get those whips finished, which, you guys, I did a video, I think back in late November, early December, about how to get projects finished. And I tell you what, I have failed. Boo on Tess. I failed. But we all fail at things and then we learn by them, right? So I learned that that system that I came up with wasn't working for me. And so I have some comments by some of you guys out there in my YouTube family, and I got some really good ideas. And I got a really good idea by Steven. And if you guys remember, I did the Steven scarf. It was inspired by Steven. And I'm sorry I'm calling you Steven. I think you go by Steve, but I have a hard time calling people by like a shortened name. Like my nephew is Elijah, but he goes by Eli, and it's hard for me to call him Eli for some reason. I'm not sure why, but Steve, I just wanted to share how you do your whips, and also Donean, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Donean. It's Donean. Donean is how I'm pronouncing it. If I'm not pronouncing it correctly, I am so sorry. I'm trying though. But before I tell you what the two of them suggested, which by the way is exactly what I'm going to do from here forward, I wanted to say that many of you said that you were also kind of whipped by your whips. And Kristen Campbell, who was very sweet. She's so sweet, but she says she has whips too. And also Teresa at Teresa's Handmade Gifts, same thing. She's got a lot of whips as well. And Cheryl, I just love you, Cheryl. You are just so uplifting to me. And that's Cheryl, Heart of Crochet by Cheryl. And Cheryl also said that she has a lot of whips. And I got to thinking, all these people are kind of feeling the same way. Joan G, she said it too, and so did Kathleen, and she goes by Nana Kathleen. But lots of you said you had those same problems. So I thought, why not do this quick video to share what Stephen and Donean said and see if that helps anyone else, because the way Stephen does his is brilliant. I mean, totally brilliant. And I'm not saying his comment word for word, I'm paraphrasing, but what Stephen said he does is any unfinished projects, whips. Yeah. You know that song, Whip It? Do 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 do, whip it. Remember that from the 80s? Every time I say whips, it puts me there in my head. So, you know, I'm silly, right? But he said what he does with his whips. So example, anything he didn't finish in 2021, he takes January and February of the new year and he finishes those whips. And he just sits down and does them over January and February. And you guys, if you don't live in a climate that's warm all year around, like me, right now, I think I have 10 inches of snow outside because we're in the middle of blizzard here. They're calling it a winter storm. I'm calling it a blizzard, right? Because first we had ice, like an inch of ice, and then it started snowing. This all started like Tuesday night, like later Tuesday night. And we are still getting snow. And they are calling for up to 18 inches in Missouri where I live. I live in Missouri. So depending on where you live in Missouri, up to 18 inches. And it's supposed to snow all day. And just by looking at it, I can tell that we probably have 10 inches right now. So how much more we're going to get, I don't know. But I'm really short. And I'm hoping I'm not going to have to go outside because I'll be wading through it hip high, you know? Yeah. So if you guys are in a climate like mine, you know January and February are the coldest months of the year, right? And so how perfect to take your whips and get them done during those 2 months. Because, you know, January and February are kind of like meh, right? Because we've gone through the holiday, the excitement of the holidays are done and over, and now it's just like back to life, right? Back to real life. So why not take those 2 months and knock out those whips? And that's what Steven does. And this is what really got me too, because I love this. That way, when spring comes, he can start new. And I love that because spring is all about regrowth and renewal, right? And so he doesn't start any new projects until spring. And he takes those first 2 months and he gets those whips finished. And I love that because 2 months is a really short amount of time in the big picture of life. And you can do anything for 2 months, right? I can work on whips for 2 months. I can do that. That's 60 days, give or take, right? I can do that. And so I love Steven's idea of getting those whips done in January and February, the kind of meh months, and then starting new in spring when everything outside is starting new again as well. That just like, oh my gosh, I thought that was brilliant. It makes so much sense on so many different levels, right? So Stephen, honey, if you're watching this, mwah, thank you, dear. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to take Stephen's idea and I'm going to do that along with Donean's idea. And her way of doing whips is she gets her projects out and she looks at them and she finds the project that is mostly done but still needs some work. So in otherwise, the least amount of work to get it finished, and she does that project. Brilliant, because it's not overwhelming, right? You get that project and you get it completed because there's not so much to do on it. And then what does that do? That encourages you to go to the next project, even though there's a little more work on that one. But you're like on a high from getting something done, right? Because you guys know what I'm talking about. You get something done and you're like, oh, yeah, got it done. And it's just an awesome feeling to get that knitted or that crocheted project finished. And if you're like me, I gift most of my items. and then you can gift it to the person intended for, and that just feels so darn good, right? So that is what I'm going to do going forward. I am incorporating Stephen and Donean's ideas together. So first I need to finish baby Oliver's projects that I'm working on for him. And I have 3 projects in the work for baby Oliver, and one is almost done. I mean, it is so close to being done, you guys. Look at this. I think I showed it to you before, but it's his little Chinese, oops, upside down. It's his little Chinese, what do you call it? It's the year of the ox, 2021, and Oliver was born in 2021, and this is his metallic ox, and it's looking a little orangish on here. I'm still trying to get this new camera worked out, which I just got. I took the old camera back that I got for Christmas from my son, and I bought a different one because the old one, it was just way too red for some reason, and we couldn't get it to fix right. But look how much done this is. All I need is his tail, and he's like basically done. So this is the project I'm going to finish, and I'm going to finish it today. Wish me luck, everybody. So I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to start to finish baby Oliver's little sweater. I need to put buttons on it, and I need to put buttons on it, and I need to put the little cream colored trim around the wrist, and I'm going to make that, I'm going to do back post, front post, so it's like, what do you call it? Ribbing. Okay, and so what I need to do is I need to just finish the sleeve, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 more rounds on this sleeve, and then I'm just going to put a little border of this cream yarn and put the buttons on, and this is done. So that's my second project to do. Thank you, Donean. And then the next project for little Oliver is a knitted blanket, and I'm halfway done with it. So that will be the last project because that's the most work to get it completed. So when baby Oliver's items are finished, then I'm going to break out all the other whips that I showed y'all on my video that I posted on Wednesday, I think, and I'm going to rate them by the least amount of work, like Donean said. And then I'm going to line them up and start working on them and get them finished. And I don't know if I can finish them all in February, since February is a short month to begin with. But I'm going to try super hard to get all of those whips finished at least by the end of March. So when April gets here, I can implement some new patterns. I've ordered a crochet, what is it? I think it's 20 sweaters. What is that book? Let me tell you, because I'm super excited about it. And I know Heather Hicks mentioned it on Instagram, and she actually got hers early, and I'm so jealous. But the book is, and I want to tell you what the book is, you guys, because it looks amazing and I am super excited about it. It's Modern Crochet Sweaters, 20 chic designs for every day. And it's by Janine, I don't know if I'm saying this, Miska, but it's by her. And I've seen some of her patterns before, and they're awesome. So I've ordered that. It's supposed to be released February 8th. I am super excited, but I am not going to let myself start one of those sweaters until I get these whips done. And Stephen, I promise you I'm not going to do that. All right? So anyway, super excited about these ideas. And Stephen and Donean, you guys are brilliant. Oh, and I have to mention too that let me see. Uh Terry at Terry's Treasures, she told me every time you finish one of your whips, give yourself a little treat. Now, I'm telling you what I decided to do with that because that's also a good idea. Because, if you get a reward for doing something, you're more motivated to do it, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a tally of everything I finish. And I'm also going to keep a tally of how much time I spend on it. And every time I spend an hour on a project, I'm going to make a little tick by the name of that project. And then afterwards, I'm going to add up my ticks and I'm going to treat myself with some new spring yarn. And I'm thinking I'm going to be ordering from Yarn Inspirations or possibly, yeah. I love Premier Yarn. I love Lion Brand. I love all of those. And I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go because the superwash merinos and those kind of yarns are a lot more expensive, and I'm trying to cut down because I have so much yarn. My walk-in closet, the back half, is full of containers of yarn. Don't tell anybody, okay? Just don't. Because it's kind of embarrassing, right? But yarn motivates me. And we certainly don't want me eating any food for a treat. So that's what I'm going to do. So however many ticks I have, that's the dollar amount I'm going to spend on new yarn. So yay! And thank you guys so much for all of your ideas and your encouragement on those whips. I love you guys all so much. And hey, if you live in the Midwest, where I live, or the East Coast, where this blizzard is happening right now, stay warm and stay home. Don't try to drive in this stuff. No, 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 no. Stay safe. Okay, so with that, be kind and be safe out there in the world, no matter where you are. Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Wish me luck. Mwah. Bye.